gone sports. Hey, girls gone sports. Show me you reppin' your team with Santina and Jeanine. Hey, girls gone sports. Hey, girls gone sports. We steady getting it hype. Hey, I know that you gonna like. You know it's poppin'. If it's a game, you know that we watchin'. We gonna talk football or basketball. All sports, come get involved. Hey, girls gone sports. Woo!
Welcome back to episode 49 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast. Girls Gone Sports. Oh, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, and we're back.
Hey, Santina.
Hey, Jeanine.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling pale. Like Santina.
Pale.
Santina, as we spoke to our audience members, you went on vacation
I did.
last week. You look great. You sound great.
you.
Looking beautiful. Did you have a nice time?
I had such a fun time. I went to California, girls. It was so much fun. I wish the weather was a little warmer.
Yeah.
We got lucky for a couple of days. We went to the beach. We went swimming. We almost went to a beach, Huntington Beach, where a whale washed up from the ocean.
Like just on the sand.
Yeah, but it was huge. I was so sad because the whale, passed.
Right.
But I was really sad. But we went to Laguna Beach, so pretty. We went to Hollywood.
Did you see us there on the Walk of Fame? Sorry.
Yeah, that I saw us right there. We were on a bunch of different stars.
They had Girls Gone Sports
Literally.
podcast.
I did have to buy extra storage before this trip just so I could take pictures.
Yeah.
We went whale watching. I saw a whale. I saw some dolphins. If you're in the ocean, be careful because whales do swim a lot closer to shore than you think.
You see any sharks?
No sharks. Thank God. I was already really nervous because I don't like the ocean that much. So when we were out there, I was like, oh, here we go. Anyways, we went whale watching in Newport Beach, and one of the houses was actually Kobe Bryant's that he sold back in 2013.
I love that.
It's
so
a 4-story.
What?
That's
really
a
small.
4-story. Literally something bigger. We did that. I went on a Hollywood bus tour to see. I saw Justin Bieber's house, I guess, that he had.
Cool.
A bunch of other houses. I saw Gwen Stefani's house, then the entrance to get to it. Fun fact, my Colorado Rockies were playing the LA Dodgers. It just didn't fit in our schedule.
It's just, you're going,
Yeah, but I'm it was the perfect time. But we did have a layover in Denver, which I was in Colorado. Basically this. I was basically on the team.
No, literally, you were on the roster.
Yeah, literally. But it was a lot of fun. I want to be back. I have post-vacation depression.
Been there.
I think I'm going to have that for about 3 months or until I go on vacation again.
PVD.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. I was very excited for this trip.
Aw, I'm so happy for you, Santina. That sounds nice. You look amazing as always, well rested. I'm so glad. The California sun looks great on you.
I need it all the time, and I had In-N-Out. I tried the Flying Dutchman with
good with the onions on it.
OMG, so good. And then I had the what is it called? Raising Cane's. I had Carl's Jr. We had this place called Chihuahuas. That was really good.
Like a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah, I had these nachos. Really, really good.
Delish.
The list goes on, but it was a lot.
Well, I'm gonna have to go to California with you. We're gonna have to make that time.
Yeah.
Well, Santina, I'm so glad. I know we took a week break, so thank you so much for tuning in back to episode 49. If this is your first time here on Girls Gone Sports Podcast, first of all, we would like to say thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you're watching us on YouTube, seeing our gorgeous faces, what are you waiting for? Make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel. You are liking this video, and also you are hitting that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports. Because, Santina, why would you want to?
There's no reason.
There literally is no reason. And it helps the channel. It helps to see who's watching. And we just appreciate all the support as we are closing in almost to 100 subscribers and to almost 50 episodes. And if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, we do want to say thank you so much for listening and tuning in today. Now, Santina.
Yes.
We've had some really, I always say each week it's super exciting, but I feel like this past week and week and a half-ish, we've had some really exciting things happening here on the sports network, channel, world, all of the above.
Yeah,
so should we just get... Yeah, we are the universe.
We are the universe.
We
make up the universe.
All right, here, I just have the globe. Thank you, God. All right, so let's get right into it, Santina.
Yes. So, go ahead.
No, Santina, honestly, you came back from vacation. Allow me.
No, it's
or
okay.
Allow you, I apologize.
I'll just get it started. You can finish the rest, right?
Perfect.
So the NFL draft is coming up on April 24th.
Woo-woo!
I like the draft. I it's just a lot of fun because it allows teams to get new players, kind of switch things up. And I just really like seeing the reactions of the players, but also their families. Aww. Because just being like, I always get chills every family that I watch. I just get teary and I'm like, what a great accomplishment.
It's so special, especially for like kids. Like they're like, this is my I made it moment.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love watching the draft live and seeing all those people standing. Yeah. I'm like, where's your lawn chair? Yeah. Where's an inflatable? A floaty?
I'm like, can I get the suite? Also, are there gonna be chicken tenders, mozzarella?
I heard, okay, I hope I'm not wrong. Either this year or next year it's gonna be in Pittsburgh.
Should
so
we
like,
go?
I was gonna say, should we drive by? Hey, does anyone want a hot dog, cotton candy?
Is anyone selling tickets outside?
Tickets outside. But yeah, that's awesome. Congrats to all of the players that are going to be drafted and hope to be drafted. And basically, the order of the draft is kind of just reverse of how the season went. So it starts with the team that had the worst record, that did the worst. They get the first pick, and then it goes all the way to the Super Bowl winners, which in this case, it will be the Philadelphia Eagles. So they'll get the last pick for the first round. And then it also can depend if like clubs, aka teams, like trade. Like, oh, I'll trade you my, I don't know, 4th round pick if we get this in like 2 years from now. So it's interesting to see sometimes how teams will do that and it will come up live. So I thought that's pretty cool because I thought like that's your order. You can't move. But the fact that people can like think ahead and like kind of like Monopoly. You're planning. You don't want to go to jail. I don't even know if that correlates, but.
I feel like, don't they decide the draft like literally right up until like a couple hours before? Like, is there like a deadline you think that they have to have their pick in?
No, I think they literally like tell someone right then and there, like maybe someone like with like an executive, like we want this person. I think if we're wrong, don't come at us.
Like it's Easter.
Please just gently correct us in the comments.
Yeah, and I also like that for teams that didn't qualify for playoffs that they're automatically given the slots 1 through 20 because like my team, the Jaguars, honestly, again, you know how a lot of episodes back we held the door.
They were almost like almost a toe in the jungle.
But I just like how they're like, okay, well, the teams that didn't qualify, we'll let them have.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Couple of picks.
I mean, sometimes I get mad at teams like towards like, for example, the Giants towards the end of the season. Why like just I know you don't want to purposely lose, but like just purposely lose and you'll get a better draft pick. I'm like, there's no point in winning.
Right. I like the draft because then it gets you excited for like the upcoming season. Yes. And you're like, oh, like I'm used to our normal players, but then bam, add a new person.
Yeah, add some fresh young faces. And I get excited for them because they're like fresh out of college. Like this is like I made it moment.
We should be the announcer. Isn't it usually the guy with the glasses or is that basketball?
Is it? I don't know.
This really tall guy, he has like the round glasses.
I don't know. Imagine like the pick for the in our girly voice, the pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars is Tootsie Roll.
We would like sing the girls, come on, we can't have 8 minutes of you.
How mad do you think they'd be if we just kept making joke after joke? We're like, and the 30-second pick is
I feel like
the Coca-Cola bear.
Coca-Cola. The Hawaiian Punch guy. You know how, or was it the Kool-Aid?
The Kool-Aid man.
Right? What would you do if, like, on the teleprompter, it's like, girls, stop. It's like, enough.
It's like blinking in red, like, move on. But like, but just one more thing, guys. I just have a quick question for the audience.
If someone could pass me my drink right there.
And the 52nd round pick is Scooby-Doo.
Well,
I think that's Scooby.
Come on, Scoob.
Wait, how does he talk again? We haven't done it.
I just want to thank my family for this. I
just want to thank. I want to be here without you.
I'm Shaggy.
Imagine him wearing the hat like a suit.
His collar would just be a bow tie.
Yes.
But I feel like it would be like a white shirt and then like the suit, but it would be cut off the sleeves.
Like a muscle tank.
But you could tell it was cut with like scissors. It just like really
imagine like, you know how like sometimes like players will reveal what college they're going to, but like moving their hand over like the different hats that are in front of them and picking it. Imagine it's like his paw just going over like,
his limp paw. Or his
the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that's not Scooby-Doo at all.
Or his top, like how you said the cutoff tank top. But like the oversized t-shirts that have like the bikinis.
Yes, like the printed on them.
Yeah, his would be like a cutoff tank top with like a suit printed on it. Yeah. That's what he would wear. But But then the hat would have the little slot for his ears.
Yeah, that'd be so cute. But also back to the shirt, the ears. Back to the shirt, it would be like really like worn out, like
What drool?
Oh my god!
But now I'm really excited for the draft. But moving on, and speaking of jokes, Aaron Rodgers.
Speaking of dogs, let me get him.
We can't even compare him to Scooby because that's like an insult to Scooby.
I said come out. He's ashamed, guys.
It's like every episode he's in it all the time.
Well, I'm sorry, we don't like the guy, but somehow he gets brought up. And you know what? Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
And this is for you, buddy. Where is it? Is it playing? Well,
imagine
guys, I really hope you're hearing womp 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 right now. Okay, guys, I know I just hit the picture of him, but that doesn't mean in real life I'm going to. Okay, so that's not a threat.
Well, I'm just kidding.
But you're like, Santina, you have like 15 missed calls from an 800 number.
I'd be like, okay, let me answer. But Aaron Rodgers is still TBD. Guys, we just came off a break. So we're really all over the place. But Aaron Rodgers, still TBD. He's kind of just saying, like, I'm open to anything and attached to nothing. Buddy, at this point, if you're still not finding a team, you need to retire.
It's almost like
Egypt's calling.
The pyramids are waiting for you. It's almost like when you have to go to a fancy event. And you just like keep looking for like that one dress in store. You go everywhere, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna have to wear something in my closet. I feel like it's that. Like him being like, I'm attached to nothing and open to anything. Nobody, you're saying that because nobody wants you.
Yeah, and like you should like sound more hopeful. Be like, oh, like I can't wait to find my new team.
Yes.
Be like a great addition, them be a great addition to me. But at this point, I like give up. And I feel like he's also talked about possibly retiring.
I hope he does, because I feel like if he goes to like even like the Steelers, or like I feel like even though like you have fans that are dedicated for life, so you're gonna lose some people on that team, because I'm sorry, ain't nobody want Aaron breaking your leg Rodgers. And then ACL, whatever the term was.
Yeah, broke his leg, got his coach fired, got somebody else fired. Like
to Egypt.
Yeah. And he didn't get in trouble, please.
Please.
I get so annoyed.
Make that a soundbite. But yeah, as always, we will just keep updating you on the Aaron Rodgers.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. He's flirting with the audience at this point. I just can't.
Well, if I could just make it clear, we don't like him as a football player.
Or a person.
Oh, yeah, or a person.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, who am I trying to defend?
Scooby, sorry, come back home.
Scooby, come on.
But speaking of NFL and, keeping things good, trying to keep away the damage, I guess, quote unquote, the NFL and the NFLPA, which actually stands for the National Football League Players Association, have been conducting testing to create safer and more, I don't want to say more, better, a stronger word, safer, just like safer, that's all I mean. Safer helmets to really protect our guys out there, because as we know, they're constantly hitting their head, they're bashing against each other, the whole thing with CTE, that's real. And we want to keep these guys alive and healthy. We want to keep them living for a long life even after football. So each year, I believe like they're testing and trying to come up with new helmets. They had the Guardian cap this past year, which is just like it's a voluntary thing that you can do. It's an extra layer of protection for your helmet. But they have been encouraging players to really try to do that. And some fans are like, well, we don't like the look of it. Or some players are like, well, we don't really like the look of it. Right. I'm like, I'm sorry, would you rather look uncool for like 2 hours of your life and save your brain for an extra like 15 years?
I feel like the fans are saying that.
Some fans are like, well, it doesn't look cool. And then some also players don't want to wear it because they don't think it looks cool.
But it's like,
I don't even notice it.
It's like you either have a career or you just look kind of like silly for the moment.
I'll look silly.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, give me the extra. I'll take
give me
double
a clown
of those.
Nose. Oh,
I'll take 2 of those, 2 of these.
2 of these, add a sticker, bedazzle it. And even the VP for the NFL, Jeff Miller, said our goal is to encourage all players to move into better performing helmets for the 2025 season. So I love that not only from like the Players Association, you also have the VP of the NFL really fighting to keep our guys safe and alive and healthy. So I support that. Now, Santina,
yes,
with these helmets, we're kind of seeing a shift towards like better accuracy, right? Yes. Less concussion percentage.
So the helmets that are now in the not recommended group performed worse in the lab testing and were found to have nearly 30% higher concussion rates on the field than the highest ranking helmets.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of, that's a big percentage.
That's a lot. I feel like each year, like the helmets that probably were considered like better, like now are like not good. I just broke that down so weirdly. But helmets that were once considered like, oh my God, yes, these are great. Like wear them. Now as they do more testing, we're seeing injuries. Like you're like, oh, wait a second. Actually, this is not good. So I'm glad they're fighting for that and really trying to keep their brand safe because CTE is scary.
And it's kind of like, I feel like you don't really know you have it until it's gotten worse, if that makes sense. Because it's like a silent kind of injury.
That's so sad.
I don't know how to explain. Like you could tell by like scans or like tests, but it sneaks up.
Hashtag keep players safe. Hashtag keep brains alive.
Hashtag
for life, seriously. Now, speaking of sports that start with N, NBA, Santina. We got the playoffs going on.
We do have the playoffs. One of my teams has finally made it.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
They felt your love from the stands.
Thank you. I am a little nervous because we are going to be playing Golden State. I think we played them already. We
Steph
lost
Curry can just like take a seat for a second.
Yeah, but if you guys think about it, we only lost our first game against them by 10 points. So honestly, and I think we play, so today is Tuesday, April 22nd. We play them Wednesday and Saturday.
Okay.
And I think there's like an extra game, but it might be Monday. I forget which one of them. I hope for the best, fingers crossed. Yep. But your Knicks, you had a lot of fans and celebs out there.
Okay, so last night's game, Monday, April 21st, there was Timothy Chalamet. There was Rainn Wilson from The Office. Fat Joe, right? That's his name?
Yeah, 50 Cent. Was 50 Cent?
I was there.
We were taking the pictures.
Yeah, and then like I was at the popcorn stand for a little bit. Yeah. But last night's game against the Pistons, I'm like, oh my gosh, like we're in Madison Square Garden. We got this. We only were like ahead in the first quarter and the fourth quarter, and that's it. And it was just like this back and forth. Like we would finally get like 2 points away, and then they would get like a 3-pointer. We get even, and then it literally was right down like to the end. And there was just a lot of like calls on the Knicks. I was like, okay, interesting. But again, they've won one. We won one. Now we're going to Detroit. So who knows what will happen? We each, I guess, have won a game. So fingers crossed for the Knicks. I'm really hopeful, especially after last year, the big hype. So we shall see. Santina.
And Jalen Brunson, he's back, right?
He is back and ready to go.
Do you think they should have kept him out for a little bit longer?
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like if they told him to, he still wouldn't.
Yeah,
he's
ready. Well, we need him.
Team captain.
That's us. We're the cap.
Team cap.
No cap, team cap. And basically how playoffs work, Santina, right? It's kind of like an elimination tournament a little bit. And they've started doing this in 2021, basically, where it's a 4-round best out of 7 games. Now you're like, what? It's basically best 4 out of 7. So if you get to 4 first, then you're good. You're moving on. And I guess the 7 games just gives them a chance because if you're going back and forth, right? So it could take a little while. And it's based off of the regular season win percentage. Like teams that will automatically qualify for the playoffs it's the top 6 teams, so it's just based on the win percentage. And teams that are finishing up in the 7th through the 10th positions in each conference complete the play-in tournament, basically, which they're in now, that we're going to determine the final 2 playoff spots. I feel like I kind of compare this almost to like wild card in football, Santina, where like you're fighting for like that last spot.
Yeah, it starts the bunch, then it goes down fast, and then you bring out Scoob.
I think actually that was a double dribble.
I think I keep mixing like Mickey Mouse.
Yes, me too. I'm going to wait. What's Mickey?
Ruh-roh.
Wait, no, that's Scooby. What's Mickey? Minnie. No. What's Scooby? Wait, I need to get like
going.
I need to get into Scooby drag for a second. Hold on.
Scooby drag.
Shaggy, like that. I think actually that was traveling. See, I think I'm going to Mickey. Guys, my brain.
Oh, okay. That is, why did that sound like
Schmeagol?
Yeah.
Guys, I do impressions. I can sing. I can act. I can dance. Hire me for any event. Any event.
But I like that comparison to the wild card in football.
Thank you.
That's really good. I'm excited for the playoffs. Fingers crossed my
too.
team does really well. If not, I can say we made it this far.
And you know what? That's a win in itself because some teams don't even make it.
Well, I'm excited for the draft for football. I'm excited for the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers, make up your mind. Retire. Right. Thanks. But now moving on to a fun topic.
I am like, Santina, I've been itching to talk about this with you. Like,
guys,
you have got me so deep into this sport. Yeah. Yes, that I can't even like not think about it. Santina, why don't you start us off? What are we about to talk about?
This past weekend, Saturday, April 19th and Sunday, April 20th, #Easter, was WrestleMania 41. I mean, it was
on Easter. That was a little tricky.
Yeah, that was a little tricky. So combined days, it was 18 hours worth
I love it.
WrestleMania, which we needed. I think Friday night, it was the Hall of Fame where they inducted, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they inducted a few past wrestlers into the Hall of Fame, whatever. That's a pretty cool, because all the wrestlers get together, they put aside their stories.
See, that's why I love wrestling, because it's different than boxing, where wrestling has the dramatics, the theater aspect. Yes, and that's what I love. And I love that it's playful, not real.
Guys, we have to get Jeanine to a live event. It doesn't matter if it's Monday Night Raw, if it's Friday Night SmackDown, just any live event.
I want to be near the ring. How much do you think that will cost?
Well, a lot of money. Next
$250?
year, I think WrestleMania 42 is in New Orleans. We start planning now.
We'll go to NOLA. It's fine.
Literally, same. We will. But
I was going to ask you a quick question about wrestling. Back to, actually, why don't you continue talking about what was happening? I was going to ask you a question about night one.
Well, I was just going to say it was split between the two nights, which I kind of like. So Saturday night, my brothers watched it. We had some family over. Jeanine came over. We had little snackies. Yeah. I went to the Dollar Tree, got poster boards, and I wrote the WWE logo. And it's just who sang the national anthem? Was it Jelly Roll? He sang something, right?
No, something Max. I don't remember her name. It was a blonde girl, right?
But did Jelly Roll sang something because he was there?
Oh.
I don't know.
Something, random blonde girl I know sang the national anthem at one point.
Oh, well, someone sang it, and I feel like Jelly Roll was there. But they split the matches up into two nights. It was fun.
And the first night, I've always forget his name. Jey Uso?
Jey Uso, yeah.
He won the very first match, right?
Yes.
Night one. And fun fact, against John Cena, didn't he win during Royal Rumble? He's the one that lasted at the end?
Yes, Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, and I was laughing so hard because he does this thing where everybody in the crowd goes, yeet, yeet, and they do that with their hands. Yeet. I also like how he comes from the stairs.
Same.
He'll go through the audience.
Yeah.
But at the Royal Rumble, Michael Cole, one of the announcers, stood on the table, and then he got in the ring, but when he was doing the yeet with everybody, he was so offbeat. He was just jumping at one point going, yeet, yeet, yeet. I was laughing so hard. But Jey Uso defeated Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was so cute because then his brother Jimmy Uso came out. They hugged. He was crying.
That's so sweet.
It was because they started out together as the Usos, kind of fighting together. And then now to win the World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, come on.
That's one that I really liked. I also liked on Sunday, I think it was the very first fight, was Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. I feel like what happens with WWE is I predict it, and I'm like, oh, there's no way that this person is going to win, and they end up winning. And I think they do that for the dramatic effect, I don't know, but I liked that match. And
Io Sky won that.
Io Sky won, yes.
She won, and she retained the Women's World Championship.
Wait, so she had it before, so is this her second year?
Yeah, so I think she had the title. She won it maybe throughout. Okay. I always get confused because the show is on constantly. There's Monday, there's Friday, there's different events, but she retained it. So I think Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair were fighting for it.
Okay.
against Io Sky, but then Io Sky still won.
What makes me so mad, you know how they have to hold the leg and wait for the 1, 2, 3 the smack? When they go 1, 2, and then they get out right before 3, and I'm like, no, I'm like, just keep your leg down. Come on.
I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3.
So that and I also I love when they jump onto like the tables of like the announcers that are like like Pat McAfee, like when they literally jump and break the table. I love that. I think it's so funny.
But I'm like, okay, do they just have like a spare table in the back?
You
Like,
guys
how
don't
does
have
the other one
anything
come
else?
out?
Yeah.
I forgot which day it fell on. There was just a lot of fights. But I liked the Dominic Mysterio. He won the Intercontinental Championship in a fatal 4-way where it's
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was him and 3 other wrestlers. It was Braun Breaker, Penta, and Finn Balor. His was Sunday, I feel like.
His was Sunday. It reminded me of Royal Rumble, when they're all fighting in the ring at the same time.
Yeah,
I'm like, I want it back.
Sometimes I like when there's a lot, but then at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to focus on one thing. But
for sure,
they fought. Dominic Mysterio won, and then there was also Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. They won the women's tag team championship, defeating Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
See, I saw that, but then I was so confused because on Monday Night Raw last night, the 4 of them fought again, and then Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez won. Oh. So do they get that title now, or is it just an extra title? Is it like elimination? I don't know, but I thought that was pretty cool.
There's also this one thing called Money in the Bank. Oh my God, I forget what title it is, but that's like a separate event that goes on, and you have to like climb a ladder, and there's a briefcase at the top that says Money in the Bank, and if you win that any time during the like regular recording season, you can cash in your Money in the Bank to win that title. So anybody who's out in the ring, they can be like already finishing a fight, but they could have gotten like severely beaten up, and the winner of that Money in the Bank can run out, cash in, and then like retain that title. It works like that somehow. I forget which title it is, but that's a fun match because everyone tries to climb one singular ladder.
I want to watch that.
Yeah, that one's fun.
And also a big one that happened Friday night was Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns, who I believe fought on
Saturday.
I remember that, but the 3 of them I think came out either on Friday Night SmackDown or that Monday night. I think it was Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. The 3 of them were fighting, right? Yeah. And then what's his name? Paul Heyman? Like what is he? Just like kind of like an announcer, like associate?
I feel like he's like a manager.
Like a manager.
An uncle.
An uncle. He's his uncle of the I almost said NBA of the WWE. He took a chair. He brought a chair, and then I think didn't he give it to Roman Reigns first? But then
no, that was WrestleMania. That was Saturday.
That was Friday.
No, those were Saturday because you came over Saturday.
Wait, I'm thinking of Friday Night SmackDown. Sorry, this happened on Saturday. He gave the chair to Roman Reigns, and then he was like JK, and then didn't he give it to Seth Rollins? Or who got it last? Seth Rollins. Explain.
That's okay. Paul Heyman was with Roman Reigns, and then he left Roman Reigns and came out with CM Punk. So he was kind of like managing CM Punk. So fast forward towards the end, CM Punk's right here, Seth Rollins is over there, Roman Reigns is right here. So Paul Heyman, all dramatic, comes around like he doesn't know what he's about to do, grabs the chair, and looks like he's about to give it to CM Punk. Last minute gives it to Roman Reigns. But, plot twist, he tries to act like he's on Roman Reigns' side, and he's like I bow down to you.
My tribal king.
Yeah, like my tribal king, blah, blah, blah. So then Roman Reigns hits CM Punk, right? But, wait, is that how it went? No. Sorry, you were right. He gave it to CM Punk. Looks like CM Punk's about to hit Roman Reigns. Then Paul Heyman gets down on one knee, like gives an uppercut punch to CM Punk between his legs to, make him fall. Then Roman Reigns is like, what? So then Roman Reigns gets up, gets the chair, looks like he's about to go hit Seth Rollins, and then behind him is Paul Heyman saying, like, the tribal chief, like, I respect you, whatever. Paul Heyman falls at his knees again, uppercut in between Roman Reigns' legs.
He's a smirk on his face the whole time.
Yeah, and then Seth Rollins picks up the chairs and just keeps hitting them, and then that's how he won.
Yep.
But when Paul Heyman got to Roman Reigns, he hit him, but then he went, like, he kept like moving it around.
He's like, one more time.
There was just a lot.
It was a lot. And the way
fight.
basically that, because the 2 match, right, you just have to get the person out. With the 3, it's the first person who gets somebody out. That's the person that wins, correct? Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy on Saturday. Now, Sunday, John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, guys.
This kind of like, I didn't expect the fight to go this way. I thought that Cody, now I didn't know if it was because of the storyline or they purposely set this up. It was John Cena's like last like big fight, right? Cody Rhodes like barely looked like he was fighting back. John Cena looked like he was like in the best shape of his life.
But I mean, like, John Cena, he spoke about retiring like 500 times, I feel like.
He don't
but
look
then
back.
he just keeps coming back and coming back. But yeah, he defeated Cody Rhodes to win the undisputed WWE Championship. But then, fast forward to Monday.
Yep.
There was more drama. So John Cena comes out with his title, blah, blah, blah. He's talking, and Randy Orton comes out. And I think, like, Randy Orton maybe was just, like, congratulating him. All of a sudden, RKO by Randy Orton. But he RKO'd him a couple times, right?
Yes.
It's just like RKO,
And
RKO,
he
RKO.
came in with like what's it called? Like a motorcycle, like the RV thing.
Like, so random.
I'm like, I thought that was really cool though. I'm glad that they made something special. I just thought John Cena was like, you can't see me, you can't see me. I love that everyone has like a gimmick. Everyone has a thing. Everyone has a song though. Cody Rhodes, whoa.
Janine loves the Cody
I do, like, I
Rhodes.
screamed it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, you can't see me. You can't see me.
But like, she's right there.
But yeah, Santina, was there a certain fight that stood out to you between all of them? Like even like Logan Paul and Jacob
Yeah, so
Fatu, is that how you say it? Fatu? I apologize. Between any of those fights, you know, like with Charlotte Flair too, like is there one that like stood out to you the most?
I guess. So the one that stood out to me the most, not because of the fight itself, but who the opponents were. It was the Randy Orton, and he defeated Joe Henry. But I just feel like that fight was kind of like a joke. If I could quickly just play to you Joe Henry's theme song, and it's called I Believe in Joe. Oh, Joe Hendry. And when he came out, he had this playing in the background.
You know, we can't judge because we have a theme song.
Amen. He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
And
You know, he paid like $25 for that. I was like, that's the one. Yup.
that's it.
What would our be? Would it be Girls Gone Sports?
I think so. Probably like our theme song.
Slowly walking like this.
But like our slow walk would be like even slower. Guys, we give me a little slower.
You just hear someone, come on.
But that fight was funny. Logan Paul defeated AJ Styles, which Logan Paul, it's just so weird. He's very athletic, I do have to say. But I'm like, okay, is it because you're sponsoring like WWE because your Prime logo's all over everything? But I mean, I thought overall it was, the New Day defeated the War Raiders, but the New Day have become kind of like a bad day because they are like shunning Big E because apparently he hurt his neck. Then they're saying, well, Big E didn't really care about them, whatever. So everyone's not liking them. Tiffany Stratton retained the WWE Women's Championship by defeating Charlotte Flair. You know what knows? It's Tiffy time.
Is that her?
Yeah.
Everyone's got a gimmick. I love it.
I don't know what ours would be, but I overall really liked WrestleMania 41. I can't wait for next year.
And I forgot who Cero Miedo played, who goes, Cero Miedo, which in Spanish means without fear. And I think I like it just because it's in Spanish. I speak Spanish. And he goes to zero, the hand, then flips over to the M. I'm like, hey.
But it has a great meaning.
Yeah. Hashtag no fear for life.
Hashtag we should be on there, but I don't want to wrestle. You know Snooki was on the WWE one time.
She what? We need to be on there for. Oh, speaking of famous people, Travis Scott coming out. I was like, what?
Oh yeah,
and then like
that's his thing.
They always play Fiend.
Yeah.
And then the officiant, or that's the call, right? The person that's like stays in the ring, him getting knocked out. Like, it was just a whole thing. Anyway, I love WWE. I love the drama. I love the theatrics. I love that everyone has a song. We need to get in the ring now. We gotta start training. But I'm like, can we just do a move that doesn't hurt, please?
I'd be like, but real fast, I'm so sorry. When New Day were fighting the War Raiders, there was one guy from the War Raiders, like the bigger guy, got on the top rope, jumped backwards, did a backflip, almost slipped, remember?
Probably.
I don't know if you remember, but he slipped and like almost like landed on his neck. But this guy does like a backflip. Remember, he's the one that did the cartwheel into the
yes.
rolls.
Same.
I'm like, that would be me.
And honestly, Santina, I love that you got me into wrestling. I'm so honored. I can't wait for the money one.
Money in the Bank. I don't know.
Money in the Bank or Cats in the Bag.
Cats in the Bag. Green eggs and ham.
Green eggs. Well, Santina.
Yes.
Now that we've talked about so many people this episode, it is time for our weekly segment of Cutie of the Week. Cutie of the Week. Now, Cutie of the Week is a segment where Santina and I pick someone that jumped out us at during this week that we feel like they're a representation of just really being a cutie this week. Santina, who is your cutie of the week?
So my cutie of the week is going to be Randy Orton, just because he defeated Joe Hendry, and I'm just like, this song, really. But I also love how he defeated Joe Hendry at WrestleMania, but then on Monday Night Raw, he went out and just kept RKOing John Cena. He doesn't care.
No.
I just feel like he really goes after what he wants.
And you know what? That's someone that's admirable.
Randy Orton. And Jeanine, who is your cutie of the week?
My cutie of the week, I feel like it has to be the guy that I'm currently wearing, which is John Cena. #, you can't see me. #jorts.
# 5 knuckle shuffle.
5 knuckle shuffle.
He does this, and then he drops on.
And then he also wears the sweatbands. Yeah. Like, he's just, congrats on retirement, I guess. I'm sure we'll be seeing you back in the ring pretty soon. And speaking of coming back in the ring pretty soon and returning,
right.
If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you are liking this video, you're subscribing to our YouTube channel, and you are hitting that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Girls Gone Sports. Because, Santina, why would you want to?
There's no reason.
There literally is no reason. If you want to stay, I won't say committed. If you want to stay in tune with us, make sure you are up to date. Follow us along on our Instagram at Girls Gone Sports Pod. We are also on Facebook at Girls Gone Sports, and we are trying to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube. So if you are seeing this and not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, because once we hit 100, it's going to be a giveaway. It's going to be something amazing. And next week is our 50th episode. Yay. So I'm super excited to celebrate that with 50 episodes of Girls Gone Sports. And it's going to be a good time.
Great time.
It's going to be a great time. So we will see you next week for episode 50 of Girls Gone Sports Podcast.
Girls, they want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have